and gentlemen, welcome to the Forge. I'm DML, and today we're going to be having a play with the WorldWalker Tomahawk. A lot of people have been asking me about this, and due to COVID and stuff, haven't really had a whole lot of chances to really have a play with it, but we're going to today. So I'm not going to talk too much about it because I've already done a video explaining its weight, dimensions, size, philosophy of use and all that business. So we're going to get stuck straight in today and we're going to get chopping. So I'm going to do some typical of my style. We're going to do some small stuff, medium stuff, and then sort of around the range of the largest sort of stuff you'd be chopping with this. It can probably do larger, but this is what we're doing. So get a small piece. Now half the time you wouldn't even need to chop this. Everybody knows that, but you know, just to give you an idea, it'll cut through it easily enough. You could snap this. Okay? Simple. It's a tomahawk, okay? It's meant to do that kind of thing. Start getting into larger stuff though, we might run into a little bit more difficulty. So I'll try and cut this down a little because this is going to be problematic to chop on the log as it is. And you'll notice with this chopping style, tomahawks don't do so well. They do far better when you've got them on a log like this. The reason I bring that up is because if you look at all the other blades that I do, particularly kukri, you don't need to sit them on something like this to chop them. They actually chop better standing up. And it may come into consideration, it may become pertinent when you're considering a chopping tool, okay? All right, so slightly larger, let's see how we go, right? There we go. Not a whole lot of effort behind that. All right, now we get into the thick part. All right, so I'm not going to chop it too high up here. I'm just going to chop it down here near where the knots and stuff are because I want the rest of this for my next review because I'm doing 2 back to back while I'm on holidays, trying to catch up. There you go. Easy. Really, really easy. Okay. While we've got it here, show you some more sort of choked up detail stuff you can do with them, obviously, because tomahawks are good like that. Lots of different handholds because you've got such a long handle. Okay. And you can get up in here and just do your light chops. If you were to do your tent stakes, anything like that. And we'll just do a really, really crappy quick point on this, just so I can show that that it can do it, but also because this has a hammer pole. And some people might find it a little odd, this hammer pole, because it's more horizontal than vertical. It still works though. Oh, I better cut that down real quick too. Just cut it flat so it's not flying all random directions. Ground's pretty hard here actually. Anywho, oh yeah, that's a really crappy steak. Try again. Not with that piece though. There we go. Here's one I pretty much prepared earlier. Cool. Forgot about this one. Alright. It's already splitting and fraying and everything, but it'll do. There you go. So yeah, hammer works. Splitting, it splits. We'll do a quick split here. Do the old standard Get away, fly. Standard old bushcrafty axe splitting technique. Again, this wood is hard, dead, seasoned stuff. It's not a soft wood or anything like that. So it can be pretty hard on the hands, but it's neither here nor there. There you go. Split's fine. No problem at all. And I mean, you can always baton it for larger stuff if you need to. Carving with the main edge, you can do it. It's not hard, but it's not ideal either. So what I've done to make life a little bit easier is I've made this secondary sort of chisel edge. And you just stick it into a piece of wood like that, and then you can just move the wood instead. You got more control this way. You know, you can get two hands on the wood, and then if you want to split it, you just give it a little twist, and there's your curls. And that took no effort, no skill, no time either. It was just easy. And this was the idea of Clea Coons. He came up with the idea of this chisel secondary edge here, and it just works. It works so well. And the other thing it can be used for, the other way that you'd use it, I'll just put the handle aside for a second, like I said, is rather than just sort of slicing, you can actually use it as a chisel. So you can sort of chisel away at wood if you need to. See? Now, it's more for sort of controlled cuts, so you don't have to chop. You actually have control over the direction of where the edge goes, so that's what that's about. So that works. Carves, chops, splits, does well. Before we finish, we're going to do something big. So I'll chop something big, about this big. It's pretty large, pretty thick. And I mean, I could do it standing up at this sort of size. It absorbs enough shock that I can just get stuck in. Again, I'm not putting a whole lot of effort into it, but I mean, being a tomahawk or an axe, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't be using all of your force or strength with these. It's supposed to be efficient, yeah? There you go. Simple. I mean, this thing doesn't weigh much. It doesn't chop all clean and stuff. It's an axe. It's not like a machete or a kukri. So there you go. It does pretty big stuff for its weight, because it's only, what did I say it was? Only 650 grams, maybe less. Good little tomahawk. 4140 steel, tough as nails. Anyway, I think that's long enough. We'll wrap it up here. So this is the WorldWalker Tomahawk. It's a tough as nails, down to earth, heavy use, lightweight tomahawk. Available Sundog Forge. Catch us for the next one.